Okay, as promised, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Oops, and on the other time. Thank you, your gym goddess. You were the first one here. Good for you. Nice to be punctual. Holistic hottie. Wow. I'm getting all the. Nikki Heller, 8, has joined. Sean Diggory has joined. Hey, Bob. Hey, Avery Ford. Hey, Shy Bassett. Okay, you know what? I really, of all the days not to have my glasses with me, this is not the one. You know what I'm going to have to do? I don't want to. Marianne, hi. So I'm going to have to pull these out. That's right. When the time comes, I'm going to have to wear these little guys because there's just no way I'm reading your questions and comments. Thanks for the hearts, and I haven't even said anything. Jay Tribolini and Nelly Odessa, you and your glasses. I know. It's I keep toying with the idea of getting LASIK or something. Has anybody done that? So look, you're here. I know. I used to make fun of, hey, Jay. Is it Jay? Hold on, let's find out. Because I really don't like people calling people by their wrong name. But it's just, I have to always dig. Jason, you haven't provided a comment. I mean, a profile. How are we supposed to know about you? Come on now. Victoria, thanks for being here. Okay, so look, this is the LOA scope, and I am not framed properly. Lynn would be all on my case. Hi, Melanie. Thanks for being here. Okay, so this is the first LOA scope, the Law of Attraction scope from Bob Doyle from The Secret. The purpose of this is to address common Law of Attraction related topics and then open it up for questions for a little while. Yeah, isn't it Melanie awesome? She is. So yesterday I did a quick scope and asked for suggestions of topics for this scope from people. I had like 4 written down. I mean, I was going to do more than that. But I've got like 3 months worth of topics, and they're all great from feedback from you guys. And you can continue to do that. Send me ideas, and if I see them, I'll write them down. But I've got a lot of them here. And here's the other thing. Yesterday I talked about doing this on Blab and Periscope at the same time, and I'm going to be 100% honest and transparent with you. I woke up 20 minutes ago. I usually wake up super early, like between 6 and 7 Pacific time. 9:39. I wake up and I'm like, what? I got 20 minutes to do a Periscope, which means I have to go get coffee. I have to find a hat for sure. I got Gene Wilder hair going on right now. It's crazy. So I'm going to just kind of pick a topic and talk about it. And good morning, Melanie Dulga. Okay. So look, if you have a Law of Attraction related audience, like if they follow you because you give motivation tips or you talk about meditation or you talk about the Law of Attraction or you talk about releasing, you talk about whatever, now would be a good time to invite followers or tweet or whatever you want to do in terms of sharing people. Okay, see, I'm going to have to do this. Life is yours to enjoy. Hey, I like that. Hold on, let's check out life is yours to enjoy. Dreamer, passionate about spreading my love and positivity around the world. I'm a hairstylist who, boy, did you come to the right place. Would you come over here and fix this mess, please? I am not kidding. My hair is out of control. Out of control! I guess I should be grateful that I have hair to have out of control, right? So it's just like, I look like this is like, it's got to add 25 years to my age, right? I'm doing this bit. Hey, what do we got going on here? Who's on my scope? I can't read your names. All right, Marcel Love, good afternoon from New York fashion designer, Marcel Love. And I could also use your help. So what I need is a hairstylist and a personal stylist. I need somebody to dress me and fix my hair because I'm a mess. All right. Bon is awesome. Well, I'm Bob. Oh, I was going to say, who's Bon? Let's find out because if they're awesome. Hairstylist. My husband would love to be in my shoes. He's not had hair for a while. Yeah. I know. I should be grateful, right? Shouldn't we all be grateful for those little things? Freaking awesome. Wow, that's really nice of you to say. Won't be long till your broadcast will be full. That'd be nice. I see you people with your 100, 200 viewers, and I can't even get in to do a comment. And whatever. Go Bob, go Bob. All right, I should probably start, right? I mean, yeah, we've chit-chatted a little bit here, had some fun with my hair and my glasses, but I should probably start talking about the law of attraction since that's what this is about. All right, so every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. right here, we'll be doing this. So look, here's what I wanted to talk about today, and honestly, I've actually talked about this on one of my very first Periscope broadcasts. I was in the parking lot of a car in Atlanta, and I talked about this, but I think it's so key that I'm going to talk about it again. And it'll be just kind of the first of the series of topics. Again, you guys gave me fantastic topics, and if you think of any during this scope that you would like me to address, you can actually a sensible time for us here in the UK. Is this a good time? Is it? I hope it is. I think it is. You guys are what, 8 hours away from me? I think in Pacific time. You guys know each other. Awesome. You're having a little conversation. So here's the topic for the day. And it's called focusing on the problem. All right, so here's the thing. Law of attraction, right? So we live in this ocean of energy. We are not disconnected from it. Every thought we think has some sort of vibrational impact on it. Let's just say it has a vibrational impact. So we are always in communication with the universe. Always. Yes, I record everything. I catch.me everything. My blogs are... I'm sorry, my scopes are automatically archived at bobdoyleshow.com, as well as YouTube and all sorts of places. So you will definitely be able to watch this replay if you have to leave or whatever, or want to share it or whatever. And I'll probably create, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, if I create a bunch of these, then maybe I'll put them all together someplace and it'll be the whole LOA scope series somewhere where you can get it. But anyway. So focusing on the problem. So we live in this ocean of energy. Every little focusing on the problem increases. When we focus on the solution increases. That's pretty much the gist. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. You've solved it. Now, let me expand on that a little bit. Because look, we learn about the law of attraction. We go, oh, well, I've got these problems. I can use this law of attraction thing to solve them, right? I got money problems, I got relationship problems, I got career problems, I got health problems, I got all this stuff I need fixed. So I'm going to use the law of attraction and all this great stuff I've learned. Bye-bye. Wow, we just got started. That's a bummer, Gem Goddess. All right, well, we'll see you on the replay or something. What if your husband is a negative Nelly? I do talk about, that's one of the topics in here is basically people in general. So I'll be hitting that eventually. So we go in with good intentions. We want to use this new thing we've learned about called the law of attraction to solve our problem. Let's use money as an example, okay? Because that's a big one. So we learn about vision boards, and we learn about visualization, and we learn about meditation. We learn about all these different things, these techniques to get what we want. And but inside of us, what we're doing is we're basically if we are going into working with the law of attraction with the intention of solving a problem, then we are 100% of the time broadcasting to the universe that we have a problem that needs solving. Are you with me? Okay. So if we say, well, I've got this vision board that really excites me, and I'm doing it because I've got this problem with money, right? So even though you may think that you're consciously that you are thinking, hey, okay, I gotta wear these because I can't see who's saying that. Max Ryan. Oh, Max Ryan. Hey, nice to have you here. Even though you think you're going through the motions of manifesting, based on your vision board or whatever, if you've got this underlying conversation that you're doing all of this because you have a problem, the universe, if you will, hears this. The problem is in the vibe. That's exactly right. You can't extract it. I always say you can't go off the grid, right? There's no turning off the law of attraction. It's always happening. We are always attracting things just because but we have the ability to get intentional with it. But even when we're not being intentional with it, and even if we don't even know what the law of attraction is, we are absolutely attracting our experience. Thank you for the request for the lots of hearts. I only want you to give me hearts if you're getting value out of this, not just to give me hearts. I want to earn these hearts. Okay. So yeah, you can't get yourself off the grid. There's no hiding from the universe. There's no thought that you can't basically broadcast, right? So that's why we talk about it's your predominant vibration which determines what you're basically attracting. Because our vibration goes all over the place as we go through our day. We get things that knock us off track. We get upset or whatever it is. So we're always changing vibrationally what we're sending out there. But of course, it's our predominant vibration that's going to control the bulk of our experience. But again, this whole problem thing, if we go into the law of attraction with, I got to solve this problem, then just like whoever it was said, oops, I dropped my glasses. That's not good. We're always broadcasting that we have a constant radio tower sending your signal to the universe. Sometimes focusing on the solution vision still feels like depression or need. Okay, yes, let me address that. Focusing on our biggest problem. Oh, crap. This goes too fast. Goes too fast. But anyway, you've got problem woven in. That's all I'm saying, right? It's pretty easy to understand. So what do you do about that? Because, it's hard to forget that you have a problem, right? Because it's right there facing you every single day. Well, it's about that predominant vibration thing. Okay, predominant vibration. So that's why when I work with anybody, it's all about what's your vision? What is it? We know what you don't want. You don't want the money problem, right? So what's the opposite of that? When you don't have the money problem, what's your life look like? And better, more importantly, what's it feel like, right? So I'm not a big fan of focusing in on one thing to manifest, like money, without the whole big picture. Without the whole big picture. Like how does money play into your overall vision? How does it affect your relationship? How does it affect where you live? How does it affect, your vision of your career? Like create the whole thing, not just the money piece. Especially if money is the problem and it's an angst, it's a stressor for you, because it's going to be very hard to disconnect from the feelings of, oh my God, I got a money problem, right? But if you create the whole vision where money is just a piece of it, and you get that overall feeling of hopefully delight and inspiration, happiness, love, prosperity for sure, health, energy, how can we ease into feeling of anticipation or excitement without carrying over the problem vibe? Well, again, so that's a great question. That's going to just take a little bit of discipline first, because look, a lot of us are habituated into negative thinking. I focus on the experiences that money brings. Right, exactly. So think about and rather than focusing on the means to the end, or what you considered it will be the means, we always think that money's going to solve the problem, right? Well, let me tell you, it doesn't. It doesn't. It can facilitate a solution. However, it's going to be much better if you're focused on the solution rather than the making of the money. Focus on the feelings that we want to generate. And look, guys, that sounds like we've all heard that so many times, but how often do we really do it? This is another thing with the law of attraction, is because after The Secret came out and there were so many people who jumped on the bandwagon, they were trying to make it short and sweet, and here's your 3 easy steps, and they come up with all these little cute things to remember to say. And the thing is, it's not the complete picture. And so what happens is everything starts to sound cliche. So we say, oh yeah, I know all that, just focus on the feelings, but we're not really doing it, because it takes a different mindset completely to shift to focus on the real feelings. We can say we know all this all the time, but unless we're seeing results, unless we're experiencing results, guess what that means? You don't really know it. Oh, bummer. It means that, you memorize the cliches, you've memorized the catchphrases, and you can recite them, and you can say them with enthusiasm. But actually doing this requires, if you've been habituated, when you get into practice, the choosing again becomes more natural for sure. Yes, whatever's going on, you're wired, right? Our brains, neuroplasticity, all of this stuff, we're wired. We are wired. So it takes more than just exposure to one idea of, focus on the feelings before you can actually do it. So you got to get into the habit of doing that. So every day you're visualizing or whatever it is. I actually don't want to put because I'm not one of these people who says you have to do it every day, but you do have to do whatever it takes to shift your vibration predominantly into what you want to feel and not what you do. So, not the problem. So however long that takes for you. And you'll know, because you'll feel lighter. You'll have your vision. It won't feel like you're fooling yourself anymore. It won't feel like you're lying to yourself. Hello, New York City. single moms. Hold on. Just every now and then I just break to read a profile. Louisa M. Otero. She helps single moms become independent in areas of finance, time, management, and child care. And she's a tag triber. Okay. So what do I suggest then? So when you start with the law of attraction, or you've been with it forever, first of all, recognize, 55. I think this is a record, and they're holding. So awesome. What do you want to stop? What did I do? Was it me? Okay. Thank you for the compliments on the voice. That's why I do a lot of voiceover scopes as well. Okay, thank you very much for saying so. Oh, I don't remember what the cough was for. I was just being silly. Okay, boy, it's really hard to stay on track with all these comments. All right, so let's get back to it. I mean, I really don't have to go on and on. I think you guys get it. But here's the thing: you need, if there's one thing you can do today, is to be super totally honest with yourself. If you are consciously trying to manifest something in your life and it's not showing up, or it's slow, or whatever, be honest with yourself. Are you focusing on the problems? Are you focusing on the problems? How much of your daily work with the law of attraction do you start out with, all right, today I'm going to be doing this because I've got this problem. Yes, I'm speaking about this secret. For those of you who don't know, I was in it. I got a copy of it right here. I look a little different now. But I'm in there talking about stubbing your toe, and I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. And honestly, my best stuff wasn't in the film. It wasn't. I mean, I bet you a lot of people say that. Because, they had to get it down to 90 minutes. They interviewed 8 zillion people and had to come up with a 90-minute film. So a lot of the stuff, didn't make it. All my conversation about the importance of releasing resistance and EFT and all those things, which are critical, weren't in there because it wasn't super famous. Really? How many people daily don't recognize me? 100% of those people. But it's okay. I should be grateful that I can walk down the street, right? Anyway, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm happy just to be famous here with you guys. If you guys will just show up 3 times a week and talk law of attraction with me and share me with your followers, that'd be awesome. So, all right. So again, let me just get back on track. And I probably can't read the comments just for a minute while I kind of recap this. So many people go into the law of attraction to solve a problem, and then they wonder why things don't happen or they're slow. It's because you are constantly communicating to the universe, I have a problem to solve, rather than there's this vision I'm going to live into. Or actually, what you really want is the feeling of having it now, right? That's another thing. It's actually kind of almost another topic, but I'll throw it in here. That whole thing about one day, I'm visualizing this so that one day I'll have this. If you have this one day mentality, it will always be one day, guys, because that's what you're in resonance with. That's what you're feeling. Your communication to the universe is one day I will have this. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to be in alignment with one day having it. So you're always going to be this close. You're going to be, oh, it's next week, it's next month. But you keep having that, and then something's going to happen. It's going to be next week, next month, rather than this is who I am now. This is what I have now, and all of that. Again, it's a tricky thing when you first start because your ego is saying, "But open your eyes, dude. You don't have it now." Hello. Yeah, but that's just your ego. That's just the way it functions. It doesn't like the change. Knowing you already have it and just having life catch up. That's pretty much it, right? Yeah, because when you get into the quantum physics of all this, woo, where all possibilities are happening simultaneously, which is what's happening, then it becomes a little bit more real for you that once you conceptualize it, it does exist. It is a vibrational reality out there on some dimension. I know it's crazy and beyond the scope of this little broadcast, but the idea is that, all possibilities exist at once, and all we need to do is bring ourselves into alignment with that vibration of that reality, right? But knowing that is actually very helpful. So we're just tuning in. We're changing our vibration to be in alignment with that reality that we know, that we brought into existence by the very formation of the thought that we wanted it. Oh my God! All right. And how do we do that? Well, we visualize and we bring ourselves emotionally into the space of having it now. BoundlessLivingCoaching.com. Thank you. Or BoundlessLiving.com. Boundless Living Coaching is very exciting. We've just started our coaching program. We're just rolling it out. Just spent 8 months certifying coaches, and now they're all out there waiting to serve you. So BoundlessLivingCoaching.com is one way to connect with the coaches. BoundlessLiving.com is a way to connect with me and just learn more about what I do, grab a free meditation and things like that. Would love to be in communication with you like that. And to contribute, there's just a ton of free resources available at BoundlessLiving.com. If you go there and click on the Our Programs and Free Resources, you'll see all sorts of stuff. Links to the YouTube channel, and of course you can download this meditation and stuff like that. So thank you. No, not Balanced Living, Boundless. Melanie's got it right. Melanie's got it right. Boundlessliving.com. Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip of this coffee before it gets lukewarm because it is undrinkable after it's lukewarm. How can people drink iced coffee? How? How? You dug it up. What was beside your bed? What did I miss? What did I miss? Secret, maybe? I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Rose has joined the room, and I don't know. Oh, well, wait.
You get him fresh coffee?
Hold on, I'm not quite done. Oh, just stay right here. Say hello.
Hi, it's morning. Morning.
We did a late Bob and Lynn show last night. Did you guys see that?
Fun.
Anybody here watch our Bob and Lynn show? Yes, no? Anyway.
It's on the Lynn Rose channel.
Oh, that's right. It was on the Lynn Rose channel. Loves Lynn. Melanie loves Lynn. Shy Bassett says hello.
Hi, Shy.
Fashion Nerd is here with a snail. Steve Holder, you got to know when to hold them. All right. Okay, loved it. Okay.
Do you want me to get you fresh coffee? I heard you talking about that in your scope.
Yes. Well, see? Did you see what I manifested there? I was in alignment emotionally with having hot coffee. Lynn shows up, offers new. You saw it here. Proof that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, are we all clear on the problem thing? The whole thing is when I work with anybody, the first thing I say is, "What's your vision?" And they tell me, and I go, "Well, why must you have that?" And then what normally happens is the vision evolves rather, because we learn about the law of attraction, and then we say, "Yeah, I got the touch." Coffee, I can manifest coffee like that. Manifestcoffee.com. That's my new website. Not really. What if somebody grabbed that? What if one of you said, "Oh, I'm totally doing that." And went and got it. All right, same intro from you on back-to-back scopes. Oh, well, yes, Steve, you're always going to get that because of Joe Simon. Well, every time I see your name, we're going to sing "You Got to Know When to Hold 'Em" every single time. So just get used to it. Yes, I wish I had a copy of the book right now. I don't know. I think maybe Lynn has a copy of The Secret because I could show you something. But anyway, I don't have it right here. So I just want to make sure we're all good with the focusing on the problem. So when you're in your manifesting endeavors, I just ask you to be very aware of what's going on right under the surface. Are you focused? Are you doing this to solve a problem? Are you doing this to live into a solution, a vision that is inspiring to you? One that you can answer the question, why must I do this? Now, I'm going to have another whole entire one of these on creating a why must I do this vision. It's because it's really, really critical, especially if, like, I don't, like with coffee, right? I wasn't sitting here going, why must I have a cup of coffee? Because it's obvious. But when you're talking about your life, your grand vision, you want to be clear because there's so many things that can derail you. Like, I'm not going to get all in my head about a cup of coffee, right? Because it's really inconsequential. However, my life vision, whatever that would, in your case, whatever that would be for you, we kind of automatically put a little bit more significance on that, emotionally and energetically. It's a different kind of signal that we're broadcasting when we're talking about our life. Now, if we could have the same detachment to our life vision as we do a cup of coffee, come on. Hey, John Ehrlichman is in the house. He's in the house. He's got thumbs up. And here comes the coffee, ladies and gentlemen.
We love John Ehrlichman.
Yeah, we do. We do. All right.
So, watch our show from last night. Here.
John, Lynn wants you to watch our show from last night on her channel because I think, it's just in the spirit of you guys. You come far from late nights on WSB. Get out. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, I missed. I have to see who that was. First of all, you said late nights on WSB. Do you know that because I talked about that on another scope? Or how do you know? How do you know I worked at Okay, stop. Stephen Mann. Hold on. I got to look, guys. My world just collapsed. And, of course, I have to wear this. New York City-based documentary filmmaker, video producer, and director, church communicator, Stephen Mann. Help, Stephen. Help. I need to know. Produced Clark and McKee. Oh, get out of here. So we worked together at the same time? You came in so after, oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing here is like this crazy, crazy reunion. That's right, stop the presses. Someone from the past has popped up. Yes, I was a broadcaster for quite a while. I was at WSB for I don't know, 4 years or 5 years or something. Produced talk shows and was a DJ at first, then produced talk shows, then was characters on various shows. And, I had a reign of fun there. But then I decided that I wasn't able to be Bob Doyle enough in that environment because it's a big, big broadcasting conglomerate. And they pretty much tell you what you can do and what you can't. And I was faced with too many can'ts. And I just said, I'm sorry, I'm a brat. I have to go be me somewhere. And a million years later, I landed into doing what I'm doing now, with lots of little bumpy roads in between leaving radio and doing this. But that, my friends, is another story. McDowell left. Gary McDowell. Oh my God. Okay, crazy. I love this. All right, so the thing about these things, it was less fun. Yeah. The thing about these things is it's so broken up with the comments and things like that. I'm hoping that I had a coherent thought. So are we all clear on the gist of what I was talking about here about the focusing on the problem and having that? I'll address that. Single moms in just one moment. Am I in contact with some of the others of The Secret? All right, I will direct message you, Stephen. And if I don't, just direct message me because I get distracted. All right, good. So hopefully you got that. Now, what I wanted to be able to do in these things is kind of open it up to questions. But honestly, radio DJ and misses it. He needs to learn LOA. We have to be careful, and I love that you said that, and thank you. And we could all benefit from learning it. But one of the things I definitely discovered, and I discovered it very early, is that the minute we feel like somebody else needs to learn something, and we communicate that on any level. I'm not saying that you're doing it. I'm just using your comment as a launching pad for a bigger thing. We get excited about the law of attraction. We see the possibilities. Maybe we even have a result and we think, oh, who needs this? Who needs to learn this? Nobody likes to be told what they need to learn. Am I right? I don't even like that. If people come up and say, you should learn this thing. I'm like, immediately my ego goes, no, I shouldn't. You're wrong. I'll learn it when I'm good and ready. That's how we work. That's how a lot of people operate anyway. So what you want to be doing is be a living example of it. You utilize these principles, let your life unfold in a beautiful and spectacular way, and then let people ask you, what are you doing? Or you could say, well, I'm doing this. You want to come along for the ride? You ask them very nicely, and if they say, it seems woo-woo, then that's it. End of conversation. Because trying to convince anybody of any of this stuff just brings you down. It matches a vibration you don't want to match. Like I, from the very beginning, have always said, I will never debate the law of attraction with people. I won't argue it. I would never go on a stage. When you're in alignment, you'll attract the people who are ready to learn with you. Yeah, and when I talk about the relationship topic, we'll go into depth. You can believe it, Co-Costage. Hold on, all right. Sorry. Art, beauty, color design, music, vintage, and violin. Ooh, violin player, nice. Do you ever play on here? Coco, is that how you say your name? Coco? All right. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate that very much. Function to Flair. No, these names, they're so great. So let's find out what that's about. Owner of USA Manufacturing Company. Tech, apps, decor, expensive coffee, and cheap wine. Oh, baby. Where have you been? All right. No, I love that. Expensive coffee and cheap wine. All right, you know what? I'm going to follow you, Christy, because I got to know more about that. All right? So I'm waiting for you to scope on expensive coffee and cheap wine. When I see that in your subject, I'm there. Okay? Okay, so what I was saying was normally I want to open this up for questions. Thank you. I appreciate that. However, I think that Blab is the platform for the questions because that way we can actually have a conversation. Because when happy birthday to your daughter, hold on a second. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bonnie. Happy birthday to you. All right. It goes on, but that was just a little, So see how I just cross-promoted my ukulele scope? See what I did there? Just worked it right in. It's almost like we planned that, but we didn't. Seriously. Sometimes I'll scope on ukulele. So the thing is, this is really probably among my first law of attraction related scopes, and yet my name is Bob Doyle Secret, and yet that's how people know me, and yet I'm normally doing voiceover, or I'm playing with Lynn, or I got the ukulele or something like that. But that's why I decided to do these Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Law of Attraction Scopes, where I address, see how I'm resetting, address one of a large number of topics on the Law of Attraction. And then what I'll do next time for sure, I was going to do it today, but guys, I woke up 20 minutes before this scope. I didn't have time to set up the whole blab thing and figure that out. Next time we'll do that. And we'll open it up to your questions. Like we'll have actual conversation, which I think would be really fun. I'm gonna have to limit this whole thing to no more than an hour because that would be crazy. Maybe even less. How did I get attracted to the Law of Attraction? All right, I'll field that question. Law of Attraction came into my life as a result of, yes, let's do it, Melanie. That would be, of course, we have to. We have to. Are you kidding me? We can just sit there and say nice things about each other for the benefit of all watching, right? All right, field the question. I will. We talked, oddly enough, perfectly enough, Stephen Mann was in the room, and we were talking about my job in radio, which I thought was going to be my career for life. I mean, I knew when I was 12 years old that I wanted to. Thank you. I'll bet you're funny too, fashion nerd. Let's just laugh together. Fashion nerd. Okay. But when I realized that, wow, my childhood dream of being on the radio was not giving me that yay that I wanted, I was fairly disillusioned. And I jumped around from all sorts of different careers. Went into computers. I did some network marketing. I sold nutrition for a while. That's right. Multi-level. I failed miserably. And I learned later, once I learned about the Law of Attraction, I learned very clearly why I failed. And it was because I was coming from this place of desperation and I got to make this sale. I got to get you into the downline. I could be as smooth as silk in the presentation. But, my desperation invisibly communicates. And that's just that's I love working with network marketing people because of my failure in it, I feel like I can actually really help them with the mindset stuff. But anyway, so I went jumping around, trying to start my own businesses, and everything was nothing was working. And on paper, it should have. I'm a fairly intelligent person. I can communicate. whatever. And my ideas were solid, but nothing was working. So at that point, I was like, well, why? There was no logical reason in my mind for my life not to be working and for it to be playing out the way that it was, and the money situation the way that it was. And so that's when I started to look in other, rather than the logical, tactical, here's what I should be doing. I started to look down more like New Age or metaphysical, okay, well, my answers aren't over here in the logic and the practicality. Where can I find these answers? So that's when I started to sort of going over this way and learning about meditation and visualization and things like that. And that's kind of the story itself is fairly long, and there's no need for me to do this right now. But the point is that I basically gave up trying to figure it out in my head and opened myself up to a solution from the universe. And even though I didn't really know what that meant at that time, I had read enough and studied enough to kind of get some idea of creative vision, focus on it, that kind of thing, basic stuff. And it, all in all, it ended up leading me to, it was a lot of surrendering, a lot of well, this makes no sense. This intuitive idea I have right now makes no sense. I don't know how this is going to get me to solving my money problems, but I did sort of make an agreement with myself that I would just follow my intuition, whatever I thought. Emmy Lasafie, Emmy Lasafie, Emmy Lasafie. Hey, that's her anthem. Just like we got Steve Holder, and we always sing to him. Emmy Lasafie is going to get that forever. And you got to meet her dog. Okay, so anyway, so that I ended up attracting material that started to talk about the quantum physics aspect of all of this, and that appealed to my left brain analytical thinking, and I had my big aha moment when I really realized what we love you too, Emmy Lasafie. My big aha moment was, wow, that coming face to face with being honest with myself, that even though I was saying out loud, wow, this is the kind of career I want, this is the money I want, this is, what I want, that the inner conversation, very much like what I was talking about, the whole scope, was money's hard to come by, you're always going to be in debt, and it doesn't matter if you love what you do or not. You just got to make the money, because that was my experience growing up, watching my mother, who was a school teacher who hated her job. She was a single mom. We never, we weren't poverty stricken, but we were always in debt, and it was always kind of a struggle. And so those were the beliefs about money and success that were ingrained in the energy system that is Bob Doyle, whether that's right here local or out there somewhere. It was part of who I was. And just noticing that and being honest and saying, you know what, I want to, I'm consciously saying I want this, but I have to own the fact that inside I've got a very powerful program running about lack. So what am I going to do about that? And that's, but again, realizing that was the first major step into power. When you can own that, however it happened, you moved yourself into alignment with whatever situation you're in, and not blame other people, not blame other circumstances, but just and it's not about blaming yourself. It's just about taking energetic responsibility. Okay, somehow, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Lack thinking, all of that stuff, it gets ingrained in us. Those types of beliefs, we hear them, they seem real to us, they seem absolutely logical and practical, and yet not everybody plays by those same rules. So it's not a universal truth that money's hard to come by. It's our truth because we have been in alignment. So what did I do to get beyond the old programming? I started the basic stuff. Seriously, the first things I did that really powerfully shifted was simple, like vision board type of stuff. And I didn't do the whole cutting out and pasting because I don't have the patience. I'm too lazy. But I did bring myself to copy pictures of the car I wanted, exercise equipment I wanted. I went on to my online bank statement and did a screen grab of it and went in Photoshop and changed all the numbers. And I would rotate those images as my background wallpaper on my computer. So it was basically in front of me all the time. And so, it would be one of those things where at first you look at it and go, wow, that'd be nice. That's not going to happen, whatever. So your ego goes through this process of, who you kidding and all that. But then the more you see it, the more it becomes a part of your everyday, and you start to imagine it. And the other thing I did, and I talked about this, I don't know, whenever I talked about it, I went and test drove the car I wanted, even though there was no way I could have afforded it. Do the bank statement thing. It's fun. Just do the bank statement thing. I promise you, it's pretty cool. It worked. So that's my testimony on that. The car, the exercise equipment, the bank statement, all of it came. Okay. And I think there's something, I believe that if there was anything that I was blessed with, it was like when I got this, I got it. You know what I mean? It's like I had the aha moment and I just owned it, rather than the whole, well, we'll test this or whatever. Like it just happened. So that whole area of resistance, because of the science piece, because I got the science of it. And I think a lot of people who are like me, who think like me, don't have enough of the science, and they think it's woo-woo. They want to believe it. It sounds like a great idea, but it still seems kind of woo-woo to them. And that right there, that is a layer of resistance that's going to slow the process down. But when I got into the science piece, it was like, got it. Sorry, I got distracted. We did the car test drive thing. Yeah. I mean, I got in that car and it was just like, you just embody, like, this is my car. This is my car. And I'm test driving it and I'm out of my head. I'm not thinking about the fact that, oh my God, I'm wasting this salesperson's time. I mean, I thought about it for a second. But then I just said, no, this is what I'm going to do. And that car is what I got. And it wasn't that day or anything like that. But I knew what it felt like to have that car. And in fact, let me just say it was a Mercedes. So I was driving a Saturn at that time. I loved my Saturn, but, And so I would, after I test drove the car, I would be driving around in my Saturn. I'd be envisioning that emblem, that Mercedes emblem up there. I actually went online to see if I could find an emblem somewhere in a junkyard or whatever, so I could just cram it into my car so I could see that emblem. Silly, huh? Well, I couldn't find one. But it doesn't matter because I ended up with the car anyway. Cross out bank statement with numbers. Yeah, what I did was I just went in and changed the numbers. So all my balances were like crazy high, rather than crossing things off or whatever. Right off to book a test drive, a Range Rover Evo K. Do it. And then we went and looked at houses that were, on a lake and like the dream houses. I went through and wasted this poor realtor's time. No, I can't look at it that way. You can't look at it that way. You're not going into these test drives and looking at houses with this. like you're tricking somebody. Like you really got to own, like, this is completely possible for me. I got to bring this in. So, but I wanted to know what it felt like to drive that car. Not imagine what it feel like, but actually go feel it. Same with walking through the homes and all of that. Yeah, no guilt. Hey, it's their job. Show cars, show houses. Go. You don't know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. So, and it did. Okay. I think I might just wind this down now. But look, one more shot I'm going to throw out there because we got 40 people in the room, which is really freaking awesome. Thank you. And just a reminder, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m., we'll do this. And if you invite followers, that's really freaking great. I love it. Oh, the Tesla, yeah. Lynn went and we went and did a test drive. I didn't drive it. Lynn did. I'll go in there. But yeah, the Teslas. Ooh, see, that's definitely next on the list. Love that Tesla. Well, I'm glad to find you too. I hope you're talking to me. You talking to me? You talking to me? Hold on. Let's find. Oh, hold on. Leak a shoe. Hi, I'm Sandal. Like a shoe. Welcome to my shoe scope, spreading happiness universally. A footwear perspective. A footwear perspective. So hang on as I follow you. You address happiness in the footwear conversation. Well, you're changing my life too right now because I would have never made a connection between footwear and happiness. Although, as we all know from Cliff Clavin from Cheers, comfortable shoes, secret to life, right? Your shoes aren't comfortable. Forget it. It's kind of like having chapped lips. You can't be happy and have chapped lips at the same time. All right, I know that's silly. Footwear line is a joke because I'm a shoe. Oh, I got it. Because your name is Sandal, like a shoe. All right. Well, yeah, you got Lynn. Of course you love what I say. You have to. You're contractually obligated to love everything I say. She doesn't. All right, Clean Living, you're here. Bob, this guy told me about the secret. What guy? Some guy. Thank you for the voice compliment. Okay, LOL. Look at all the LOLs. I got LOLs. I'm up to my ankles in LOLs in here. I got them on my shoe, on my sandal. All right. I'm just going to finish sipping this coffee. So what I was going to throw out there is I asked for topics. It's like I don't have any shortage of topics for these shows. But if you've got ideas, thank you. You're funny too. I'll bet. Coffee is awesome. When Lynn makes coffee, I don't know how she does it. I don't know what she does different when I prepare my coffee and when she prepares. It could be more half and half, maybe a different amount of sugar, or maybe it's just the love. In any case, coffee's better when she makes it. What? Oh, something about a t-shirt. Yeah. Well, look, I don't know if you're talking about my clothes in any way. Like I said, I woke up 20 minutes before this scope, like 3 hours later than I normally do. Did I use symbols to manifest your new life? Well, the symbols were those images. I mean, if you're talking about like actual like symbols, like maybe a shape that you relate to something, I don't know if that's, I haven't done it that way. Get Bob the shirt. What shirt? What did I miss? What did I miss? I missed something. All right. Leak a shoe. Fun profile. Yes. In The Secret, you said thought become things. Actually, Mike Dooley said that. That's Mike Dooley, who created Totally Unique Thoughts. Anybody get those notes from the universe? I'll bet you at least 6 of you do. His stuff is awesome. Well, thoughts become things because our thoughts are the first step of the manifestation process, right? Anything that comes in, anything that exists, it was a thought. Anything that is man-made, this paper, my keyboard, my computer, my whatever, it was a thought first, and then action brought it into existence. So thoughts become things. So whatever thought you have, if you have that predominant thought and you get into that vibration, it's going to manifest in your life. That's basically the thing. Is supercharging the quantum field? Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by supercharging, but we're charging the quantum field constantly, and I guess supercharging would be just coming in with a great intentionality, a very strong energy, or whatever. Oh, an LOL shirt. No, I don't. I don't think I would wear it. I don't think I would wear it. I give Lynn grief about LOLing all the time because you know what? People LOL. They're not LOLing. They just say LOL. It's very rare that people are actually laughing out loud when they type LOL. I mean, can we face facts? So when I write LOL, which is hardly ever, it's like I'm literally doing it, and I will say literally LOLing, because LOL is such an automatic response. Look, somebody's LOLing. Yeah, it's true. Of course it's true. If people really laughed out loud as much as they say, this world would be a totally different place. You'd be on the subway. People would just be laughing, laughing, laughing. Walking down the street, laughing, laughing, laughing. Okay, Natalie Norris, hold on. Let's find out a little bit about Natalie before we go, shall we? Holistic nutritionist. So I love it. My scopes attract all these awesome people with they're really up to really cool stuff. Health tips on vegan thriving. I'm sorry, I could never be a vegan. I just couldn't do it. Fertility, pregnancy, and energy boosting. Although I saw this YouTube video the other day, maybe you guys have seen it, with that little kid. It's not in English, and he's talking about eating octopus or whatever, and he's asking his mom, is octopus an animal and all this stuff, and it's all about eating animals. And he says, why do the animals have to die? I like them when they keep standing up or whatever. Is really cute. It makes you go, okay, I'm a terrible person because I eat hamburgers. But I get over it pretty quick. I just, whatever. Yeah, it's a cute video. I figure you're a vegan. So, Emmy Lasafie is a vegan. So her dog is safe. That's a terrible thing to say. So look, that's such a Joe Simon thing to say. Anyway, well, God bless you guys who are the vegans. I don't know how you do it. I just couldn't do it. All right, leaving with 44. This is a record. All right, I guess there's something to be said for being intentional and having some structure to your scopes. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? So let's see if we can get this viewership up to, this is just for me, by like a week or two or whatever. Let's see if we can get 100 people in here for the LOA scope. Can we do that? Just curious. All right, so look, again, if you want to learn more about me or connect in any way, you can go to boundlessliving.com. If you're interested in the coaching aspect of things, you can go to boundlesslivingcoaching.com. Actually, I have a Facebook page that we just put up yesterday. I mean, so it's brand new, so there's not a lot of activity in there, but it is facebook.com/boundlesslivingcoaching, and you can go in there and ask questions of our coaches for free. Let's see. Okay. All right. Thank you for excusing my remark. All right, folks, this has been awesome. I really appreciate it. Next time, we might talk about, I don't know if I should tell you, because if you're not interested, you may not show up. And as you've seen, I go in with a topic, but we talk about lots of different things. Nice to meet you, too. Thank you for being here. So see if Lynn's, yeah, all right. I got too many thoughts going at one time. I'm just going to stop. And thank you for being here. Be in touch. And I'll see you again Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on LOA Scope with me, Bob Doyle from The Secret. You guys are awesome.